Like many old cities, Barrie is rich with old buildings and old stories, many detailing grisly histories, giving rise to tales of hauntings, strange events, and even ghostly appearances. Take, for instance, the Uptown Theater, built in 1937. There have been a host of eerie encounters reported on many occasions in this building. Staff have reported doors opening and closing on their own. Unexplained voices heard whispering in the cinema. And there was the one terrifying night during which the manager witnessed a bulb from a projector launch itself across the room, smashing against the wall as though someone or something had thrown it. There's also Rivendell Bookstore in the Wellington Plaza, allegedly home to a haunted book. According to the stories, some years ago, an older gentleman bought a book there. It was about the First World War. But a few days later, he returned the book and offered a spooky explanation as to why. He claimed that during the night, he had been awakened by something. And when he did wake up, he saw a specter, a ghost, holding on to that very book, walking slowly across his bedroom. The ghost vanished into his closet, leaving the book to fall to the ground. The store owners accepted the return of the book, not thinking much of the tale. And yet, from that day forward, on occasion, when the owners would open up their store, they would find neatly stacked piles of books on the floor, in that very same section that the haunted book was from. Ghoulish stories have been floating around town about the Barrie jail for decades. First built in 1841 and home to an insane asylum for a time, there have been reports of faint screaming and the clanging of chains echoing through the deserted hallways. Perhaps the long-gone voices of the inmates who were hanged, and legend has it, buried in the jail's courtyard. And then there is the Simcoe Hotel in the heart of downtown Barrie, which is said to be home to the lost soul of a woman who haunts this historic building. The story goes that a long time ago, in 1872, on a deathly cold January night, a woman, Elizabeth Meyer, set out on a journey from the rowdy hotel to her home. Elizabeth had been indulging at the hotel, and as such, her senses were dulled by the drink, rendering her virtually defenseless when a menacing figure emerged from the darkness to strike her. There was nobody around on the empty streets to help or to hear her cries, and sadly, it was a quick death for Elizabeth, while her attacker disappeared into the night. Early on the next morning, a passerby made the terrible discovery of Elizabeth's body, and her lifeless corpse was dragged into the hotel. The coroner was summoned, yet, strangely, rather than move poor Elizabeth to the morgue, he decided to conduct his inquest right there. And incredibly, the death was officially ruled an accident. The story of Elizabeth's tragic demise soon faded as people lost interest and moved on. But according to some, her spirit never left the hotel. In the years since that night, stories of eerie activity have circulated through the area. Sometimes, the stories say, it's nothing more than unexplained cold spots, or faint footsteps heard in empty rooms, or the unsettling feeling that someone or something is watching. But on rare occasions, people do report sightings of a haunting specter of a woman lurking in the shadows outside the hotel, just steps from where Elizabeth died. And the description is always the same. A tall woman, pale skin, old dress, walking away on a journey home she will never complete, forever trying to escape the place she died all those years ago.